Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. And welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the heat death of the fucking universe. I'm dying. Oh my god. Carrot fried with 8 secret herbs and spices? Wait. No. 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 None of that. Oh, it's awful. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful day so far. I will now be making it worse. Galandia, good afternoon. Alex, congratulations on the first. Good afternoon, Alex. Arian, good afternoon. Neffy, good afternoon. Hello, hello. Matu, good morning. Balthazar, good morning. And Craig. Hello, Craig. Good morning. Deadtail, how's it going? Aldu, good afternoon. Hello, everybody. Alex, 115 streak. Holy shit. Holy shit. Wow. Thank you. And what the hell? But hello, welcome and everybody. You can already probably tell, my energy levels are, I don't know. And I don't know. Mostly I don't know. Let's go with that. The heat here is bad. For those of you that aren't currently affected by the current heat wave going on in Europe. I don't know how it is over the pond. I don't know how bad it is over there. Over here, it's really, really bad. It is currently, let's find out. It is currently 32 degrees Celsius over here. Let's translate that. That's 90 F. In an area that's not prepared for that weather. So it's bad. It's bad. It's been like this for like a couple of days now. I have barely slept in the heat. It's... Yeah. Yeah. So I'm exhausted. Apologies for that. In general, I kind of want to talk about this before we start like video games today. Past couple of weeks, streams have been really, really spotty. I know that. I know. There's a couple of reasons for that. And unfortunately, they're kind of like currently like handing off to one another. So originally I already talked about the fact that like I can't sleep very well at the moment because there's a lot of renovation work happening at my neighbors. Our bedroom has a window directly to our neighbors. So I hear them tearing down all of the walls and like redoing the entire house. Not sleeping all that well. This is now paired with the fact that it's hot as fuck, and I can't sleep in all this stupid heat. So in general, the way that my day works at the moment, I get up in the morning, hopefully. I deal with the kids, I get everything ready, breakfast, blah blah blah. I start work. And then when I make it to halfway through the day, roughly, I start just getting fatigue. I just collapse. That's when my sleep reserves give out. I just go, I can't anymore. That's usually at about like, the last couple of weeks it's been at around like 1 or 2. It depends on how work goes, right? Depends on how work goes. That's about at 1 or 2. And then normally, that's when I'd take a nap. Can't do that because of neighbors, obviously. At the moment, can't do that because of heat. And neighbors, they're still not done. And then I wake up shortly before stream. I'm sure all of you have heard Care woke up 5 minutes before stream story before. That's why. That's why. That doesn't work at the moment. So halfway through the day, my reserves are empty and I go collapse, and that's it. Last week I slept through an entire stream because I went, oh, I'll just take a short nap real quick. And I woke up many hours later. And yeah, that's why currently streams have been super spotty. I'm just too exhausted. It doesn't help that there's a lot going on with work. There's a lot going on with the kids. The shortest one has summer flu now, so I'm on call anyway. If she needs anything, I'm going to run. No apologies from that side. I will stand by that. But there's a lot of things happening. Kari and I are planning like a couple of other things behind the scenes that like aren't super important, but it's not quiet days at the moment. Let's go with that. So I'm stretched really, really thin. For those of you that are monitoring Discord slightly more, the occasional like all-night CZN ORAG does betray that a little bit. Like every now and again you find weird pockets of energy to do dumb shit. But to be perfectly honest with you, for like a couple of weeks now, these like giant energy valleys, I'm just going to dramatically call them that, have just fallen into the area where I'm supposed to stream. And it doesn't have anything to do with streaming, I can assure you of that. It has nothing to do with streaming itself. Life itself is just like not bending around it at the moment, which it used to for the last couple of years, right? And I'm sure it will again. But at the moment, my like I am too exhausted to do anything moments don't fall after. They used to fall after stream. They're currently falling directly onto stream time. Yeah. So I figured instead of just like not saying anything and just carrying on like we usually do, I'm going to talk about it a bit. You always have the instinct of just like leaving it and just like, oh yeah, like no one will notice, no one will give a fuck, right? But from my experience, people pick up on this really quickly. No matter like how big of a streamer you are. Like your community will notice if you're, I don't want to say starting to slack. That is kind of what it looks like, right? But if you're like falling behind on like content, and if when you do get to make stuff, you sound just more tired, more exhausted. And I just wanted to get ahead of the whole like burnout thing. That's the first thing that usually comes to mind. Like, oh, XYZ just like is burned from streaming or anything. No, it's just everything else at the moment. It is just everything else. So, with that being said, until it cools down, or until my neighbors are done, and I wish I could tell you when that is, or until I've moved the entire streaming setup into the basement, which the basement needs to be renovated for first. This is gonna, like, it's gonna stay that way, right? Like, it's gonna stay spotty like this. I'm going to do my damnedest to not just like cancel the stream 5 minutes before it's supposed to happen. But I would also say, hey, you shouldn't need to expect shit, right? Like, but there is a good chance that like I will sleep through something, or like the occasional stream is just going to be shorter. Simply because Care is old and needs to go to bed now. Clifton, thank you for the Prime. Welcome on in. Sorry you had to come in on a rant like this. Sorry about that, and welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Burnout, but like literal burnout? Yeah, exactly. There's not burnout from streaming. He's burned because the sun is punishing Europe for our sins. To be honest, they are plentiful. It is true. And I'm not saying I don't deserve it. If reset message didn't pop up, it did not, Galondia. I'm sorry about that. I'm sure it will pop up in a second. So, all that being said, I haven't posted a schedule yet for this week. This week is really bad, by the way. I have like multiple other work appointments. The short answer for this week is I don't know. Spoon, what's that about? So do you see like behind me on the shelf, like all the way behind on the shelf, there's like a case up top with a golden spoon in it. One of my favorite games of all time is a small indie tactics game called Troubleshooter Abandoned Children. And that game has an enemy faction called the Spoonists. They're a religious fanatic cult that is trying to get to the promised land, and they like work via a metaphor of like the spoon that like eats from the bowl. It's like an elaborate metaphor that kind of gets lost in the translation. It's a Korean it's a Korean game, or a Korean indie studio that made it. And I thought spoonists were really fucking funny. I thought the concept was really fucking funny. So many years ago, we kind of just adopted the spoon as a random symbol. You can see like it's on Zoe's hoodie, like printed as the little emblem there, and like we have it in the background. It's just a random iconography. I needed a symbol, something to rally behind. I had another thought, but happy to know it's a game reference. Another thought. Okay, who wants to it's too warm for spooning.
Let's try this again. Heat death of universe.
Galonia, thank you for the 88 months. Thank you so much. Also, tier 3. What the hell? Stay safe out there, okay? I know Scandinavia is slightly less hot than like over here, but seriously, stay safe. Nevi! A burned German lawyer, I'm sure there's a joke in there. Is there? Where's the joke? No, it's too warm for spooning. I'm sorry. Like, you have to cuddle by yourself. I'm sorry. I'm a furnace. Denmark's freaking hot. I couldn't imagine, yeah. I mean, we're kind of local, right? I'm in Germany. That's all. 2 fans, and you know, I've got one on me. You can hear it. I would normally apologize, but if that wasn't on, I wouldn't be streaming right now. I'm glad you're managing to stay cold. Like, I'm glad you're managing to stay cold. It is bad. Nonchalanto! Hello, Nonchalanto. How's it going? Hello. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So, plans for today, everybody. Plans for today. Once again, sorry, energy levels are... I just want to go sleep. That's where I'm at. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? There you go. Have your ducks back. It's just 18 up here? My god. Oh, dude. Can we switch? Rude. Rude, I tell you. No, but... I mean, I know you're used to like lower degrees anyway, right? It's an adaptation question. It's always an adaptation question. A friend of mine, who's originally from some of the more hotter parts of the Middle East, like they don't give a shit, or he doesn't care about like it being 30, 35, dry heat. Who cares, right? That's just standard. He's from the UAE, right? That's just normal. Whereas here, if it gets to like the 30s, I start dying. It's an adaptation question. Like people get used to everything. Many people get used to many things, right? Well, that takes time. Of like 20 degrees Celsius inside, and I think like 17 in the cellar where the minis are outside. There's like 30. Yeah. Unfortunately, as I'm more and more aware now, the AC that we have up here just like really struggles to keep up with the combined heat generation of room under the roof with 3 windows. It just cannot keep up with that. So, you know, rather have dry heat than walking through it. I mean, yeah. I'll throw a warm latte at you for complaining about 18 degrees Celsius. I mean, if you're used to like -10 consistently, then 18 is also warm. It's the differential. It's the delta that gets you. If you consider not living in a stove, we don't want to eat duck orange right now. Duck all orange. Yeah, I have considered it. Hari and I are debating moving. We're currently debating moving. It's a bit of an open topic. Nothing's decided yet. We certainly don't have anywhere yet, or like a plan or anything, right? But some of you will know, like, I've never really liked this house. I never really wanted to live here. But she was really in love with it, so I went, yeah, okay, fine. But considering that half her time is spent in the US now for her job, I'm going to sound really whiny right now, and I need to apologize for that beforehand, but this is my steak is too juicy, my lobster is too buttery kind of problem. This fucking house is too big. It's too big to live here with 3 people. well, one person and two half people, right? It's empty and big, and it just feels like you're lost all the time. I don't know whether that makes sense. I really don't know how to express that feeling. And I can tell that now that she's here for a bit, it feels different, right? But during the months with she isn't, like, I fucking hate this house so much. So I proposed, hey, why don't we sell this for whatever the fuck it's worth, which is enough money. We just get something that's ever so slightly smaller. We don't have to move to a different city. We don't even have to move to a different area, right? Whatever. Let's just find something that's like one size smaller. 3 less rooms, right? Like 2 less bathrooms. Maybe something doesn't have 2.5 kitchens. Just something smaller, something like more comfortable. And if that happens, I'm looking for something that is definitely has a north-facing side that doesn't get sun like all day. Something like that, right? I got 5 rooms on my own. Yeah, you kind of know what I mean then, right? That's a lot of rooms to just have open. We have... Oh, I don't want to tell you the exact number. We have too many rooms. I'm gonna be honest with you. Here's the amount of rooms that I'd be comfortable with if I was by myself without the kids, right? I need a bedroom. I want a kitchen. But that kitchen, for all that it matters to me, could be in the same room as the quote-unquote living room. I don't give a fuck. I don't need a living room. Holy shit. Like, I don't need a room with a sofa and a TV in it. Fuck that. Like, I haven't watched TV in over 15 years, and I have needed a sofa in about just as long as that. That's a lie. We do need that quite regularly, but... Give me another room that contains a kitchen, a desk, a chair, and maybe like a small side table that you can sit down at to eat something at if you don't want to eat at your fucking PC. And then give me a bathroom, and that's it. Like, 2 rooms, 1 bathroom. I'd be fucking set. If you really want to push for it, put the bedroom in the same room. I also don't care. Whatever. I don't like to sleep in the same room as my PC. Like, maybe that's a bit luxurious, but that's it. Like, I can live on 1 or 2 rooms. I don't need this, like, giant house thing. I don't need any of this shit. Right? Like, I don't need my own library. We have our own fucking library, right? I don't need, like, a hobby room, and then a work room, and then, like... Having a room for Warhammer tables is nice, I'm not gonna lie, right? Like, just having a random-ass room where we just crammed 3 tables in and it just has stuff on it. That's nice. Sure. I don't need it. And it sure as fuck feels empty without a playgroup. Really, just, So if it were just me, like, I'd be much happier with something much smaller than this. But it's not just me, right? So we're going to be looking, or hopefully we're going to. I haven't quite convinced her yet. And I'm going to be honest, if she says no, then we're going to compromise and we're not going to move. Because overall, like, her being happy about this is slightly more important to me than my mild discomfort with having to be here. It's not that bad. It's just bad. Not that bad. Can't even fault her, right? Like, I can't even fault her. After all, I agreed to it. So, if I don't manage to convince her, then, like, we're staying. But, like, I really hope we can just find something ever so slightly smaller. You missed Care AOW 4 streams? No, you haven't. Like, when AOW 4 released, we did, like, 2 or 3 streams. And that was it. But I haven't streamed Age of Wonders 4 since then. Game's 3 years old now. Don't remind me of that. Don't do that. That's mean. Why would you say that, Ferris? Why would you do that? Might have missed those. I think they were during the times of, like, Eldu not having a PC. I think that's when they happened. Alright. Alright, everybody. So, I'm taking your ducks away. They're gone. I want to play some Mechanicus. I want to play some Mechanicus. I also want to sleep. I cannot decide between the two. One of those two things I'm doing right now. Tune in next time to find out which one. The before times, yeah. The Eldu analog age. I've been playing it irregularly for 3 years, yeah. I was playing it on and off before I kind of fell off and like missed a bunch of DLCs, and then I didn't go back to it. Nephi still plays actively. Let me go get a sip real quick. And Ferris, thank you for the 5 streak. Oh. Have you... For those of you in the working population, right? Do you know that feeling? Where you have like a really stressful period of like at work, and during that time you come home and you don't even have energy to do the things that you used to love to do. Do you know that feeling? Like, okay, I now have a couple hours to myself, like me time for hobbies, and then like look at your hobby and you go, and then you turn around and go to bed instead. So now you have all of the annoying work shit and none of the like relaxation time. Instead you just go to bed. Where's Burnout Embers? Yeah, that's usually a good sign. I'm going through something that's akin to that right now. I am not burning out, I'm just burning up. Not from work, but I know the feeling. Uni did this to me. During prep work for first Starts exam and second Starts exam did this to me. Absolutely. But those are the exams you have to take here in order to like get certified, right? A second one is the big important one. The first one's also big and important, but in a different way. Like if you're familiar with the concept of a bar exam in the US, it's that. Basically that. Those did that to me, definitely. For a couple of weeks. I technically have 12 bosses tell me about stress. Fuck. Yeah, that's... Oh no. One extent that your current routine is not sustainable. Yeah, exactly. That's precisely what it is. And I can tell you that like my current sleeping routine definitely isn't fucking sustainable. But I don't know what to do about it. Like, I do not know what to do about it. There are too many things that I need to do at too many different times, right? So, it'll be fine. I can tell you, it'll be fine. Once I can get back to my normal sleeping routine, once it cools down a little bit, or once my neighbors stop fucking renovating their stupid house, I can go back to my normal sleeping routine and then everything's gonna be fine. But until then, it's gonna be a bit of a rough patch. A little bit of a rough patch. And hello, Pancake, how you doing? Hello. Kill the sun, touching grass is overrated anyway. The problem is the whole existing thing. Like, I like that quite. Like, I kind of am fond of existing. Alright. So, where are we? All 3 of those are underway, I believe. They can't all 3 be underway. This one needs to still go off. Fake on. Go. We have a point. Do we want more living metal? Do I care about Undying Legion? I really kind of don't. This perma makes our reanimation protocols. Oh no, it's not our reanimation protocols, it's our outside regen, huh? Phasal Subjugator. Inflicts damage on enemy units and grant focus to allied units in target area. That's kind of cute. We can get a new sun, a better behaved one. The problem isn't even the sun. The problem is, like, the usage of our environment, huh? Let me go grab this. I really want Convergence of Dominion. They're trying to lab grow smaller ones. We need less heat, not more. We really need less of it. And then this one's Also not underway. Interesting. Omenek. Get him. Or, you know what? You know what? What we really should do isn't this. We should do this the other way around. I want the eminence levels on Fakon. And then Omi can just like go do this. Problem solved. There's a static when you're talking. That's not static, that's my life support. But thank you, Pancake. Unfortunately, that cannot change. I do appreciate the feedback. That's always valuable. It's so weird, right? Like, when you're streaming, you're kind of fucking dying for someone telling you about your sound setup. You are so clamoring for someone to tell you whether your sound works or not, right? And people are always like very hesitant with that feedback because it's technically a level of confrontation that like no one's up for, of course. Even though it's like harmless. And then someone does tell you like, hey, there's a weird noise. You go like, yeah, duh, it's just a fucking fan. Leave me alone. Like, no, I'm sorry. I'm just trying not to die. Let's go fire this. We have a territory reclamation down here. I have no idea what that is. Let's go. Give me the living metal. We are sending Triarch Praetorians. We are sending the fucking Scorpic Destroyer. I guess. There's a damaged Wraith. We'll just have to live with that. It'll be okay. Just ban me now? No, Pancake, no, absolutely not. That's what I mean. Thank you for the feedback. But in this specific case, that is the fan behind me that I need to stay alive. It is 30 plus degrees in here. It's really bad. It's called a light bulb. Yeah, but that doesn't have a snazzy marketable name. Light. That's not impressive anymore. Kill all enemy units! That's a Cataphrone robot! The game has stopped fucking around, I see. Vanguard, sitting in the ocean? The game really has stopped fucking around, I see. Bring me the foe. I just really want to walk into this, and I will. I absolutely will. Double Triarch Praetorian. I don't know what we're doing with this yet. This is the Phosphor Blaster one? No, this is the Flamethrower version, so this one's bad to fight in melee. Chronomancer, I suppose? I'm not really happy about deploying Chrono here. I guess we'll stay away from this for a little bit. They do have Phosphor Blasters on their hands. You can turn off the fan and use your subscription money to pay your child to douse you in ice water every 5 minutes. I don't want that. I know that sounds weird, but like, no thank you. No thank you. We're just going quad Praetorians. I would really like to go first. I am not going first. This plan is immediately dead. This plan is immediately fucked. So hitting this doesn't even do anything anymore. Great. And then of course it's one of these two that goes first. Of course, why wouldn't it be? Ugh. There's a weird talking sound over my relaxing fan sounds to sleep to. Sorry about that. We'll fix that in the next version. Oh yeah, of course. Oh. Oh, you get to do that. Okay. That's cute. And I hate it. Let's make sure this guy doesn't take a turn. Meanwhile, we're over here hyper struggling trying to get through like a box last stream. But I guess. Let's be honest, we're just gonna jump on this. I might could remember ASMR for some reason, me being dumb being said reason. Well, I understood what you were talking about. That's the only thing that matters, no? Surely that should be the maxim.
I am the blade.
Are you though? I've talked to Blade earlier. He's doing okay. I really want to hit this. Okay, trash clear. We only took really unnecessary opening damage.
Scythe them down.
Now, let's ask a funny question. What would it take to stun this thing and kill it in one go? And why is the answer everything? We need to make our way over. Are you irradiated? You are irradiated. Oh. Hate that for you, bestie. Hate that. Quack sounds to fall asleep to and get woken up by. If only it was this easy. If only it was that easy. What are we stalling with? We're stalling with something, I can tell you that for a fact. We don't even need to stall, we can just fight this. I don't want to fight that either. Let's do this. The explosive barrels give me a bit of a hold there. So you just hate architecture? Is that it? You just hate in general? We do have to close on it now, so that's bad. A towel railgun? If only we had one. If only we knew what the concept of mortal wounds were. I mean, the good news is we can close on this for free right now. The bad news is I don't know whether that does anything. And of course the Scorpack's at half health. Nice. Random information about Ranger. Problem, the technician was here and said that this isn't a problem in-house, but a problem of corrupted data coming in from a previous point. So it's a node issue? That's annoying, because that might not be like your ISP that needs to fix it, right? And hello, Airfeed. Good morning.
Seeking the foe.
Oh no. Uh-oh. I really wish you could undo your last fucking movement. I really wish that was an option. Never mind. Happy reanimation protocols, everyone. We're actually kind of alive. Why are we kind of alive? Repulsor grid. The fucking thing has repulsor grid. I keep forgetting about that. I should have brought the Wraith. The Wraith's double attacks could have gone really well here, huh? We're armor crushing. The defended aura is huge. It's so big. I know that's what she said, but... this do be only lasting a turn, huh? Cable? Okay. So you're on the same shit that I'm on. The irradiated turret so much. Are we ever going to kill this?
I ask only that the enemy
First step.
is within my reach.
No. Thank fuck for that. Okay, no more bot. Oh wait, does this just kill? Hold up, is this just it? Well, never mind. We can kill them again if they reanimate. No, we are the ones reanimating. We are the ones reanimating, in theory. Not so much in practice. Do I... I'm not gonna sacrifice the fucking destroyer, like that's not happening. We could bring the other Wraith back. I don't want to do that. We'll live without that Wraith. The Royal Guard spied a column of smoke and closer inspection revealed a crashed aircraft. It was of the absurd human design used to bomb and strafe Necron positions, and which had proven a great irritation in spite of their primitive technology. Extract it. Remove the human pilot. Its augmentations, both those used to store data and for interfacing with the aircraft controls, could be informative as to the human air tactic. Remove operational parts of the wreck, such as engines and power source. These could inform advanced tactics for use by Necron aircraft. No way our technology needs that. Let's go extract this.
The pilot, a human even more mechanically augmented than most among the Adeptus Mechanicus, was still alive. Even in its last moments, it fought on,
Really?
firing at the Royal Guard with its sidearm from the cockpit. It was swiftly eliminated, but not before several of the Royal Guard had suffered damage.
Hero of the Imperium right there. What the fuck?
One cannot fault the determination of these humans to throw their lives away. An animal's virtue, little more than base instincts, fashioned into a crude mockery of true warriors.
Hey Ham, good morning. Yeah, right? I like that filter a lot. But I also like the performance of the, the performance behind it. It's not just the filter. Oh, it damaged a warrior. Who cares? That thing's never seen the light of battle anyway. Maybe it will. We might throw that in right now. You're the shitty forklift again? No. Good luck. Alright, kill all. I see Fulgright. I see Corpuscari, that's worse. That's fuck-withable. Hold up. That is highly fuck-withable. Yump, yump. Oh, we can yump. We can yump if we want to. The problem is if they go first, they're going to chain lightning the shit out of us. Right? Like... we're gonna get chain lightning so hard. Do I even want to field the destroyer? It's on 4 health, dude. 4. It could destroy so much, though. Tell you what. And they go first. That is bull. That's absolute bullshit. Oh, they all go first. Okay. Scorpic down to 2. That's cute. I'm gonna try and deal with this thing first. I don't know how we're gonna do this because we need to roll max damage here, so we're just gonna go Hungry Void. I wanted to keep Hungry Void for this, but this thing isn't living, so... there's Fanatical Devotion. Okay, it wasn't their turn. Nice, that means we can do this. That kills the Devotion. Did I give them Agile? I did give them Agile. In that case, let's fuck with this Ranger Alpha. Down to 2. Could be lethal, could be not. Shoots Amuka for 3. Rough. Let's go... Accelerated. It's not the best move ever. Alas. I need to get rid of this cover specifically. And then we can go in here and just eat them. If this doesn't die now, the Fulgright comes over.
I obey.
We're kind of just accepting damage right now. This should work, right? This does not work. God, the move previews are... I never tried whether we can actually shift move. Hold up.
Seeking the foe.
Can we shift move? No, we cannot. So you cannot... That's so bad. That is so bad. I do not enjoy the movement in this, I'll say this. I do not enjoy the movement. This is the last guy that hasn't moved yet. He craves violence, of course you feel it. I crave them not fucking dying. Okay, of course we melee grenade ourselves. Like, why wouldn't we do that? That makes perfect sense. I mean, if we can stop them from killing reanimation protocols, I guess. Never mind. Oh, they're shooting the live one. Okay. And you are opening the turn, huh? I think we can do 5 with a follow-up instance. It's just this Hungry Void needs to hit first. And then we shoot afterwards. There's Fanatical Devotion. Wonderful. And here's the second instance. Wonderful. Do not suffer the stupid Fulgurite Priest to live. Speaking of the stupid Fulgurite Priest... Now we have a minor issue. We need 2 instances of damage. We don't. This was already on 1. Never mind. Yeah, you can shoot me. That's okay. I'm down for that. That's kinky. This probably doesn't die. Like, not on the first go, but... on attack of opportunity. Ooh, minimum. You're starting stream at 6 PM. Why would you lie to me like that? That's old schedule. Did I never update the new schedule? Is that what happened? Hi, Prof. Did I never update Twitch to the new schedule? Let's go find out, shall we? Let's go find out while we're here. I can never remember what that fucking plugin is, I tell you. No, I do not wish to hear myself, thank you. Oh my lord, I never did. That's so funny. I really never did, huh? Hold up. Hold up, hold up. Mind you, we moved. When did we move to the schedule? Start of the year? I think it was start of the year. There you go. The Dark lied about the schedule as easily as he quacked. I mean, this is a lie by omission, right? That's different. It's not. This is less lying and more, you honor my client for gore. It's much more that.
I am the blade.
There we go. No one died. Everyone got damaged, but no one died. Problem solved. Schedule's written by Zoe, exactly, see? Prof, thank you for the streak. Thank you very much. One thing that irks me a little bit, I don't know how you feel about this. Oh, Tiny Zoe, what the fuck? Hold up. Ugh, it's doing this again. VTube Studio sometimes. One thing that irks me a little bit is that Mechanicus 1 put a much bigger emphasis on risk and reward. Your units being undamaged meant something. Your units not losing meant something. I don't like how I don't want to say forgiving, because that now everyone goes like, oh, he doesn't want the game to be easy. No, it's not about that. I don't like how lax Mechanicus 2 is about you just like throwing everything into the grinder. Like, yeah, it's very 40k, sure. But it's also very 40k to conserve resources.
The enemy has fallen back, my Vanguard. They scurry like insects to respond to your brilliant gambit.
Only one battle is won, Cryptek, and all of Kivroth still cries out for victory. Our enemies squat on countless more sites, vital to their crude strategies. We shall reclaim them all. This is our duty to the throne.
Okay, and we got an awakening level, and the awakening level says hello. Ooh, wait. We can now jump. We can grab both of these. Oh, we're definitely grabbing eco stuff, right? The skirmish deployment I also want to have. Like, maybe it's worth dipping over here and just like staying in this tree for a little bit. Melee attack inflict 2 max damage. After suffering fatal damage, inflict 4 damage on each unit in melee range and loses the tachyon field facing user trait. Huh. That's cute, but like, eh? Do I want my leader to take fatal damage? Almost universally, the answer to that is no. Awakened Tomb Complex. I kind of can't be bothered with the Tomb Complex, I'm not gonna lie. This is done. Reforge the Legions we don't need to do. Lord's Influence is happening. And Awaken the Dynasty, that part we do want to do. There we are. Perfect. Let's go get upgrades. With Krons, it goes from having to be to keep people alive at the start and turns to killed my entire army, LMAO, one mission, and they're all up anyway. Which is fine. That's part of the power fantasy of the Krons, right? But gameplay-wise, that part isn't necessarily what you would call interesting. That's the problem. It's not in how the universe is represented, how the factions are represented. This is still this still do be a video game. Here we are. I'm not excited, like, especially on Wrath, I'm not excited about either of these trees. I really am not. The Void Scythe might change that. That shit's kind of sick. But I'd much rather have more units. We are about to go in with Heki. Still 2 more turns for the Immortal to come back. I'm gonna pay the 5, I don't care. We do have living metal lying around. However, I will say, I'm gonna take these out, and we're going to go get these slots. And then for our command protocol, what would we like to have? We could have so many things. Precision Last Strike, Ventral Stars. I don't care about Ventral Stars. Which is weird because, like, that's the cool thing on tabletop. Let's go Perfect Destruction for now. Bit of Bounce. That's my favorite at the moment. The tree or the unit? I'll do. Because the unit I get, but the Wrath tree itself is a bit... I don't know. What I would fuck with is, like, give me Triarch Praetorian jetpacks. Where's my jetpack? Give me that. I mean, it's probably Translocation Shroud, huh? +2 movement and can teleport. Kinda hot. Dimensional Tunnel. Yeah, this is really good. This is really good stuff. We'll see. We will see once we get there. Alright, next up. What do we have? We have a Skin and Bones. Assault an enemy convoy to lure the flayed ones into the open for study. Sure.
Vargard, you have
Hello,
executed your
Kensei.
functions with commendable diligence, despite the failings of Nemesis Hecamhebe and our lost Pharaon.
As is my duty and my honor, Grand Vizier.
Oh, Rathmistry. Oh, Rathmistry. It's May!
Yet, I sense you share my dissatisfaction with the blunt stratagems of our courtly superiors. We require a weapon to sow terror into the underdeveloped minds of the invaders, to cast the shadow of death where they believe themselves safest. I speak, of course, of the flayed ones.
Would we not? Ever since we stopped being able to field... Like, Eldu, when was the last edition that we had Flayer Lords? And where have they gone?
Are a disease, Grand Vizier. They may be a terrible weapon, but they are insane, unbound by royal authority. Their appetite for carnage is their only reliable aspect.
The paucity of received wisdom blinds you to their potential. Flayed ones have overtaken a failed tomb structure close to a route used by human convoys. I believe the Flayer curse draws its victims to sites of slaughter, so it should be simple to lure out a significant horde for study.
Wait, there have never been rules for Flayer Lords? They've never had rules for that? What? Is that
I
true?
must counsel against this, Grand Vizier.
Do not be bound by the conventions of our fallen lord, Vargard. You see a hopeless cause. I see a conundrum to be cracked. Now, go and create our calamity. Once you bring forth the flayed ones, I can begin observations.
Interesting. We also never got a Triarch Lord? Ah. Very peculiar. Good to know, though. Hey, Taco, good morning. Enjoy your lurk. Thank you for being here. In regards to me being unhinged and singing Christmas carols in May, I take no responsibility for my actions. Blame the 10-hour loop of caramel dance I cannot stop listening to while I'm working. Is that because your work is making you listen to it and it's some sort of torture? Because... like, Germany has a pretty heavy union culture. You should be able to, like, get something to be done against that. Unless you're doing that to yourself. In which case, we have free mental health care. You should do something about that. The make your own character Games Workshop did for every faction we can make a Flayer Lord. Can you believe that to this day I still haven't looked at the rules for that shit, Eldu? Can you believe that I still don't know how those work? That came out right when we stopped playing. Like, that stuff, the Forge stuff came out right when we stopped playing. Ugh. Is that gonna still be legal for 11th edition? Because I know we're carrying a lot of things into 11th, right? If not everything into 11th. I hope it is. Ooh, 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 oh, oh no. Oh no. It's tragic. It's so tragic. Alright, so, what do we want? Canoptic Spider has to happen, always. Wraiths, Death Marks, guaranteed. Give me the Tesla Immortals. Give me... fuck it, give me the Technomancer. I don't know what we're doing with that yet, but... we do have Repair, right? Yeah. Fuck it, give me the other Immortals too. One Scud up. Okay. We do have a midpoint after 2 battles.
Though burdened by ever greater misgivings, Nefershah could not yet defy the will of the Eupatridae openly. Instead, she sought a target likely to deny her the magnitude of bloodshed flayed ones reveled.
Wait, the Kron ones aren't? What do you mean?
An Adeptus Mechanicus convoy ferrying materials plundered from our world.
What do you mean the Kron ones aren't? The Kron rules aren't staying, or? I thought we weren't gonna get new codices.
The convoy will be at its most vulnerable at this point, devoid of air cover and far from reinforcements. We must strike with great shock and speed. The enemy shall have no choice but to flee before us and preserve their stolen cargo.
Oh, they aren't groundbreaking. Okay, they're cute, but nothing broken. Yeah. It was more flavor. I'm free as doing it to myself. Insatiable hunger. Insatiable. Oh, Prof, I'm sorry. If we can help you, let us know, okay? There is a life after Caramel Dunson. I need you to know that. It's not the same, but it is quite fulfilling. A moving minefield sent Knoptic Scarabs into the convoy's path, commanded to sacrifice themselves explosively underneath the first targets. This will destroy the lead vehicle and alert the survivors, forcing them to flee. Use long-range fire to eliminate the crew of the rearmost vehicle, harassing the convoy and forcing it onward. Or falsify a distress call from an Adeptus Mechanicus unit, luring the convoy further away from the infested tomb as it attempts to render aid. Oh, let's try that.
The distress call was synthesized without flaw, but the Adeptus Mechanicus proved less eager than expected to assist their fellow humans. Instead, the convoy continued on its doomed route, broadcasting only castigations against weakness from their primitive faith.
Here is one such broadcast. Ha! Skill issue. Ha!
Are they competent enough to perceive our ruse, or crude enough not to care? Either way, we must draw their attention more directly. Open fire.
It's nice to be insane together, Prof. Deployment zone changed. I don't know whether I care about that. Oh. Strange. I do want to field one of the like the one scarab we brought, and we need to manipulate it to be the only thing that retains damage at the end of this. I like Wrath for the character, Thunder for the roster, the Swarm, Double Spider is funny, but I haven't maxed him yet. Fair. I like Swarm for everything right now.
Satisfaction. They fell upon the shocked convoy with a deadly swiftness.
But I will absolutely play Double Spider once I have it. Aww. Troop transport. Let me look at the troop transport. Aww. Good. Alright, what do we have? Lots of stuff. But nothing groundbreaking, nothing new. Okay.
By the dynasty.
Spider. Technomancer. I will need a scarab. This is more for technical reasons than anything else. Deathmark. Deathmark. And for our last slot, we take a Wraith. Normally I'd go double Wraith, but we're on one scarab for bullshit. So. If we get shot a lot, would that be bad? It does need Dominion level 2. I would prefer... I prefer knowing who goes first, if I'm being entirely honest. Yeah, that's not gonna matter for a good while. We're mostly stalling. I want some of them to come forward before anything else happens here. Because there's a world where they don't get to shoot me. It's not this one, but there is one. Okay, we are exposed and irradiated. God, I hate fucking irradiation so much. Suffers +1 damage from weapon actions and skills. This isn't even a +1 max damage like all of ours. This is just... This is now happening. If I move this forward... Does it live? I wonder. I really wonder. You go. I do a challenge on Raid in which half my deployment roster must be the regular free guys you get with every character, so either Scabs, Flayed Ones, or Warriors. I can see that not being half bad, if I'm being honest with you. Oh, that cooks Dominion as well, huh? Okay. Nope. Taunt here. I just want these to be busy. The Princess or the Rustalker probably kills them, but that's okay, that's fine. And even the ones that aren't taunted are very likely to just like look at this. That takes up 2 actions. I'm down for that. Entirely down for that. Funny. Hold up. Hello there. How are you doing today? Didn't think we'd get a double kill here. Brutalizing every... Yeah. Kello's taunting like legs with dots. I like dots a lot. Dots are cool. Dots are fun.
A million warriors, a million tools.
Dots are a mechanic for fun people. I will stand by that. I'm very fun at parties. I don't go to parties because there's people there, but theoretically, a theoretical party, I would be very fun at. And other lies you can tell yourself. Yeah, we've got enough bodies between us and the things that matter. But I think we're pretty golden there. I want to keep this guy alive, the Vanguard in the back. Yes, good. This does not matter, right? This flat out does not matter. I would have more fun at parties if I could randomly dot people at the party I don't like. You can, it's called spiking the punch. Terrifying question to be asked on a first date. No, prof! Thank you for the clip. Is that a terrifying question to be asked on a first date, is it? Or are your first dates just boring? Ow! Stop it! That's rude. Okay, yes, that is what you're supposed to shoot. Perfect. The Scarabs have done their job. That's all they needed to do. Now that they've accomplished that, we can do other things that are more fun than that. We do need to repair this. And then we hopefully don't take any more damage. You. Correct. Unfortunately, we have engaged with all of the melee enemies, so... not the smartest thing I've ever done. Hello. Never mind, that hurt like a ton. So now you're dead. There it is. All questions are terrifying to ask on a first date if you have anxiety issues. I think all questions are terrifying to ask on a first date. Always. Anxiety issues or not. Like, what if they don't get my jokes? What if they think I'm serious when I say that I really need to go and eat a cyanide capsule? What if I'm just not funny? That's less a question and more an I'm certain, but you know how it goes, right? This sucks on many, many levels. Mother, and I cannot stress this enough, fucker. Kill. Small price to pay for Dad Nation? Ah, I'd be careful with that. I'd be highly careful with that. I know everyone's saying that. Please dodge. Please be cool. No? Okay, we're not being cool today. It sucks on many, many levels. We're talking about an elevator blowjob. No, but we should. We should. But we're never talking about the fun things in life, are we? It's always taxes and... I don't know. The dying of the whale population. It's never the fun stuff. Welcome back, Taco. If someone told me completely seriously that I'm not funny, I would be devastated. Yeah, absolutely. I think so too. It's one thing to say it yourself and to go like, yeah, I'm not very funny. It's another thing trying and then someone else like flat out tells you that you failed. Self-deprecation and like the denial of an honest attempt are two very, very different realms.
The lead vehicle has come to a halt. They are preparing a defensive position.
Okay, didn't we just kill one?
A curse on these stubborn aliens. Even lowly beasts recognize they must flee when death lifts its scythe. Advance to the front of the convoy. Shatter their defenses and force them to understand the futility of resistance. We shall deny Jabka his slaughter yet.
So rude. Let Jabka slaughter. Embrace self-replication? No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's a realm that leads to even more dad jokes. And hence, a bad idea. Sorry, I mean a dad idea. My cells must clone themselves. Free yourself from the primitive requirements of thy flesh. They will be a P robot bag. God, I fucking hated the replicators. I hated that arc so much. It was so boring. Hiccup, sorry. So the Scarabs aren't going to see the light of day again. They've done their job. They're now the most damaged unit, and we're going to be throwing them into the pyre. Do you want the Immortals or both of the Wraiths? I kind of want both of the Wraiths. Let's go so hard. Hated what they became. Also understandable. Also true. This can touch us. I don't like it. I want all of this to come forward, but I do not want these to exist. What do we do with that knowledge? We send Scarabs to taunt? Is that it? Is that the answer? No, can I please hit the guys? No? Okay. Good enough. We can hit the cover. Come to me. Hit. The temptation to blow them up and just like kill a guy is very, very high. The bug rips against all the humanoid ones. I just hated them as a concept. Like in general. Oh, self-replicating machine. So scary. Yeah, so scary, but like... I don't know. Conceptually, there is something to be said about, oh, a horror beyond reason that just, like, lives to propagate itself. I'm a Tyranid player, for Christ's sake, right? Like, I get it, right? Like, should be scary. But... if your villain is just unknowable... Really? We couldn't have killed there? Okay. If Taku run for president of Latvia? I thought that was the first part of the plan. Hold up. Taco, how's your campaign going? Also, remind me why we agreed on Latvia. I thought we picked a civilized country. Has to pay more than I make now and could afford my mortgage then. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. The swarm consumes. Latvia, Neffy. Oh shit, we totally needed to lightning bolt there. Lightning bolt is up again and like, look at this. Yeah, we were in prime position. Never mind. I do want to heal this up. And then we do have time, right? There's the Rust Stalker. Do we take out targets or do we prep next turn? I think we prep this next turn. Like, we can take this out, sure, fine, whatever. I don't think we particularly have to. And then one of the wraiths kills this. We have a pretty good idea when turns are happening. Never mind, we don't. We don't have shit. This one goes first. Let's go kill. It didn't dodge. That's beautiful. You make that! Okay. Alright. We finally get to use the thing that I should have been, like, we missed like an entire cooldown on, if not more. And we are accelerated. Ow, ow, ow. You can never tell which tentacle is which. If you tried asking them. Maybe they're more than just a tentacle. You're next. We can't really... we can't conveniently get there. Let's put it like that. This guy's going next. This guy is a kill target. That we might be able to... No, we definitely can't kill. What?
My will be done.
Okay. Yeah, Tally, exactly. If it helps at all, the forecast here has changed slightly and they're now predicting a thunderstorm rolling up, which makes perfect sense. I should have been out of line of sight. I should have been over here. That's bad. You still have your turn in front of you, so we're gonna take you out. Just leapfrogging the death marks. The other option is to kill the Rust Stalker over there, but like I'd much rather take the ranged threat. While we have no summons and we must scream, stop hitting this spider, come on. Buddy. You don't need to do that. As long as nothing goes down, we're fine. My god, hit me for 4. For 5, theoretically, that went through shields and all. There's another hit for 5. Oh, and it irradiates. So this is real bad. Huh.
War is at its most pleasing when observed from a mere line.
What do I do with that? I really don't know what to do with that. We hit this Rust Stalker. We taunt this one guy, I suppose. And we drag them over here. So that he has to run through that Stalker? That doesn't kill the Rust Stalker. What am I supposed to do for Friday? I think it's Wednesday here. I have to Wraith form away from this thing. There we go. Eat. And now we can Technomancer this thing back into life. Okay. No damage on the Wraith. Brain slow, mildly cooked while trying to sleep afternoon. Yeah, high ring song. Same thing here. Same thing here. I can tell you, like I said earlier, today is going to be a short stream until I can't stand this heat anymore. I have reached my threshold. Like I'm already... I can't do this. I cannot stay in this temperature any longer. It's too much. One HP, you say? 1 HP. Are you irradiated by any chance? Is there anything else going on with you? You're just exposed. That's fine. Just exposed. He is on the list. If you need to know which list, no you don't. Sense. Okay, now for our great trick that we do every time. Rollstuck? Very much Rollstuck, right. Right now it's Tuesday in Germany? It is Tuesday in Germany. Correct. It's Tuesday in a lot of places right now, you'll find. We ignore the fire. And now we just need to heal. Now we just need to heal. Isn't that lovely? But this time, for stalling, we have brought 2 healers instead of just 1, so this should go much better.
I command as I am commanded.
Isn't that right? Now we can take much more damage before it becomes relevant. Count again. As long as it's not on visit to an island list, it should be fine. Maybe that's the list I was talking about. Who knows? Maybe it likes tropical destinations. Maybe it's a pervert. Who will know? I don't. I'm so very exhausted. God.
By the dynasty.
Oh. I can feel it striking me down. And taunt again.
All is ready.
Fix the spider. How long until my vacation? I don't have a vacation coming up, if I'm being honest with you. I could probably take one in July. But it's not really like a work thing, right? Like, yeah, work's demanding at the moment, and that's fine. And it's actually going to get worse. Starting in June, my workload is going to increase relatively heavily. But that's all to an extent that I'm okay with, right? There's nothing bad about it. One of, like, my boss goes on a, like a rehabilitation thing. Like, not rehab, as you would call it, like a... In German, the word for it is Reha, or the abbreviation is Reha, as Rehabilitation. But it's like a phys or like a mental thing. So I'm gonna have to take over her stuff for 3 weeks. Which is bad because I know nothing. But we're currently already working on teaching me what I need to know. Right, so that's all gonna be fine. I'm not worried about that. It's just gonna be slightly more effort. Mental health trip. I mean, it's physical, but... No, it's not like it's not a work burnout thing. Like, all of that is gonna be fine. Eventually stalling is gonna stop working.
Obedience over all.
Eventually. Okay, we've upgraded. We're now healing for 4. One more round. And then next round we go kill. Will you compensate for your extra work? Yeah, no problem. No problem whatsoever. That's all fine. Technically, it's not me taking over permanent duties. Technically, it's me doing what we call Urlaubsvertretung, which is part of the base package. It's part of my contract as well.
Did you know I have to update drivers? No idea why I'm using this to tell it. It just popped on my screen.
I did not know, but I appreciate the update. Also, I'm pretty sure drivers will appreciate the update too. Good luck, Eldu. Okay, we can repair our main hero. That's cute. Didn't know that. Wasn't sure until I tried. And Eldu, thank you for the 67 months. Thank you so much. And if the case files get too tricky, just shove them under the bed and don't think about them anymore. No, the stuff that I... Hold up.
More survivors of the convoy assault regrouped to bar their way.
Hold up.
These animals seem determined to provide bloodshed for Jepka's hubris. Make quick work of them.
The stuff that I have to take over is more like clerical work. Like bookkeeping and stuff, right? There, we're sacrificing the 2 scarabs to reduce this by 2. That's why we have to manipulate scarab HP.
The Adeptus Mechanicus troops gathered around the foremost vehicle of the convoy, setting up hasty firing positions. Rad-saturated gunfire fell among the Royal Guard as they approached.
Give these wretches no pause. Close with the foe and scatter them.
Yeah, get those warriors into melee. Yeah, we'd been screwed if we hadn't sacrificed something there. Ignore survival and defensive protocols to move as rapidly as possible toward the enemy, breaking them through shock. Move off the roadway and through the surrounding terrain to circumvent the enemy's defense, forcing them to flee, and have the Lord of the Royal Guard lead the charge in person, shattering all resistance with their awesome presence.
The dutiful noble led the assault, a shining example of the dynasty's might as they delivered the will of the Vanguard.
If any of the clerics get too tricky, I'll just excommunicate them, don't worry. Okay, we got the Hungry Void. Cool. So we get a bonus 2 damage, and then this went very well. Very well.
The Royal Guard stormed the front vehicle in defiance of all reason. The Adeptus Mechanicus had chosen to make a futile last stand rather than flee before the wrath of their betters.
So be it. Jepka will not be satisfied until every heartbeat is silenced. Press home.
Oh, shit, sorry. Necron Warriors will absolutely beat regular shooty Skitarii in close combat. It will take some time, however. I mean, regular shooty Skitarii also have no melee value, but they also don't have the survivability of Necrons, right? It's like two... Wait, this is it?
Observing the field.
Oh. I somehow expected more. I'm sure they'll have more for me in a second, but like... I expected so much more here. I want this Immortal instead of the Technomancer. And we're going first too, huh? Okay. Fuck, that was wrong. I needed that to glide into both of these. Ugh, annoying. I fucked up. Yeah, and one of them, of course, is going next, so now we need to dodge. Come on, 15%, baby! Yeah! The Wraith does it! Ah. Zakarian, Rustalk, or Princeps. Dodges 1. So that's a prime deathmark target, right? It's like a primo deathmark target. Very cool. Was we afraid to wake whether it wants to or not? Just stay safe, okay, Ringsong? Just stay safe. As someone that is also currently going through like adult brain phase, be careful, don't push yourself too much, and good morning. Expected more, I thought you were harder. It's less the game and it's more this specific mission. Honestly, would have loved to do that 1 damage there to actually like irradiate it. Kara doesn't understand paintball? Wait, why doesn't Kara understand paintball? Do I understand paintball? Whoop. Our AoE is ready again. Or bounce rather. Bounce. And then the Tesla is not enough bounce, right? Yeah, no, it's not. That's not a Tesla, that's a Gauss Blaster.
All is ready.
Huh. That's just flat out the wrong weapon. Let's go heal you. Where's my rat away when you need it? Where is it? Yeah, you're dead on attack of opportunity now. Please stop touching my Wraith. It hasn't agreed to you touching it. Apparently these things don't have attack of opportunities. Never mind. Less morbid and more absurd. Morbid is fine. I'm okay with morbid. I am not okay with Morbius. That's not okay. Know the difference. Are you kidding me, really? We're just not getting into... rude. All I wanted was range. Ow! Ow! My armor. For some reason I thought we had arrow, Tachyon arrow. We don't. Wrong character. This poor abused spider, I swear. This poor little creature. Deserving of so much more than this. So much more than this. It's not getting that, but it deserves it. Pew pew. Love how it flopped. My favorite Morbius meme, or my favorite Morbius like fun fact will always be that the guy that came up with the fucking and like morbing all over meme is a decently well-known Yu-Gi-Oh YouTuber. A relatively decently known Yu-Gi-Oh content creator that came up with it. Someone that I've been following for like fucking years.
It is done.
And then he said it's Morbin time.
It seems we drew.
God damn it, Rada. Rada, yeah. Yeah, that's a certified Rada joke. F it. Rada is the first known source of that, like the first post of it. It was a tweet.
Indeed I am. Be not concerned, Vargard. My experiment was anything but a failure.
Wasn't it?
Grand Vizier, I had not expected you would leave your research to watch such petty destruction.
But Vargard, destruction is research. These flayed ones may not have made an appearance that you could perceive, but I detected unique energy signatures from our abandoned tomb. They are watching, and with a little prompting, we will soon see their ghoulish tide sweeping over those who would challenge our dynasty.
Miss Rada, he recently just uploaded an architect archive of it. He recently just uploaded, so now we won't see him for another year. Nah, something about his like really dry humor vibes really well with me. I've been watching him for years. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, I tell you. you can notice it so much. Like there's just nothing left. I am just
Vargard, while my research into the flayed ones continues, I would explore other methods of waging a subtler war than my fellow Eupatridae. The Royal Guard, being a small force with reasonably competent leadership, may prove suitable for such operations.
As ever, Grand Vizier, I am at the dynasty's command.
But he have his own movie? Money.
I would have you conduct an exploratory mission. An experiment in the field, if you will. The humans have constructed bases behind their lines from which their ramshackle winged craft launch strikes against us. Your force will infiltrate and destroy one such site to gauge how these creatures detect and respond to our operations.
Such a target will be well defended and distanced from our zones of dominion. It will present certain challenges.
So much the better, Vargard. Every crude tripwire you encounter will be recorded in my archives for those who follow in your footsteps.
Uh-huh. He's trying to get us killed, in other words. I fucking guess. Alright, ducklings. Let me save this up. Like I said, I need to get out of the heat. I'm gonna go like get some floor time in the basement. Short stream, but stream! Woo! Listen, everyone, you can kind of tell, right? Like normally I yap rather freely. Today I have to dredge every single word out of me. Like it's not that I don't love having you all here. I really appreciate you all coming out. But I am having to drag every single fucking sentence out of me instead of just going like I normally do. I'm tired, I'm too warm, I'm going to go collapse now. Everybody, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day or night or evening, whatever it currently is, wherever you are. And most importantly, I hope you're staying safe during the heat wave. I am gonna throw you all at Armia. I haven't raided Armia in so long. Armia is also doing 40k stuff. Armia is doing Speed Freaks, the orc racing, big quotation marks around the racing part, but the orc racing game. So head on over there. Stay safe, everybody. And stay cold. Goodbye.